What if death isn't the full stop at the end of your story, but simply a comma leading to the next chapter? What if the fears, the passions, and the inexplicable connections you feel today aren't just products of this lifetime, but echoes from centuries past? For decades, rumors have persisted of a clandestine program, buried deep within the corridors of power, dedicated to exploring the very real possibility of past lives. Imagine the implications. Could understanding these hidden existences revolutionize our understanding of consciousness itself, shattering the materialistic view that our minds are confined to a single brain and a single lifetime? If proven, reincarnation would force us to confront profound ethical questions. How would our understanding of justice shift if we knew that actions in one life could have consequences in another? How would it impact our relationships, knowing that some souls may be bound to us across multiple lifetimes, working through unresolved karma? And on a personal level, what if unlocking the secrets of your past lives could hold the key to healing present-day trauma, overcoming inexplicable phobias, and finally understanding your true purpose? Throughout history, cultures across the globe, from the ancient Hindus and Buddhists to the philosophers of Greece, have embraced the concept of reincarnation. Could there be a universal truth hidden within these enduring beliefs? According to whispers and fragmented records, this alleged secret program operated for years, possibly decades, funded by sources that remain shrouded in mystery to this day. Using cutting-edge techniques like past life regression, inspired by pioneers like the late Dr. Ian Stevenson, the program sought to uncover verifiable evidence of reincarnation. They investigated countless case studies, most notably those of young children who spontaneously recalled vivid details of past lives, details that could be verified through historical records and family trees. The researchers explored the phenomenon of birthmarks and physical traits that seemed to correspond to injuries or characteristics from previous existences. Hypnotic regression therapy, a controversial but potentially powerful tool, was also allegedly employed to delve into the depths of the subconscious mind, seeking to unlock hidden memories from other times and other lives. These investigations focused on recurring patterns, similar to what we would see in any historical period. Whether it was archetypal roles of soldiers, servants, royalty, religious leaders, or others, the researchers looked for potential common historical periods, archetypal roles, and the presence of karmic relationships. But what was the true purpose of this program? What did its researchers actually uncover? And why, if they found compelling evidence, was their work seemingly buried, hidden from the eyes of the world? Was there a deliberate cover-up? Were the findings deemed too dangerous, too disruptive to the established order? Perhaps, even now, you're experiencing subtle yet undeniable signs of your own past life connections. A strange attraction to a particular culture, an inexplicable fear, or an immediate and profound connection with a stranger. In the coming sections, we'll delve into specific case studies, explore the methodologies used to unlock these hidden memories, and even discuss how you might begin to explore your own past lives. Prepare to question everything you thought you knew, because the truth about death and about life may be far more complex and far more extraordinary than you ever imagined. So, how exactly did this program attempt to unlock the secrets of past lives? The alleged methodologies were multifaceted, combining elements of established psychological techniques with what some might consider more esoteric approaches. Hypnotic regression, as mentioned before, was a cornerstone, but not in the way you might typically imagine. Sources suggest the program developed specific hypnotic induction techniques, refined over years of experimentation, designed to essentially bypass the conscious mind, reaching a deeper level of subconscious access than standard methods. Think of it like trying to tune into a specific radio frequency. These techniques were supposedly the key to finding the right channel for past life memories. Dream analysis also played a significant role, with participants meticulously recording and analyzing their dreams for recurring symbols, themes, or figures that might point to past life experiences. The program reportedly utilized trained analysts to help identify and interpret these dream narratives. Perhaps most intriguing was the focus on children with spontaneous past life memories. These cases, often involving young children recalling specific details of deceased individuals, provided a unique opportunity to investigate reincarnation firsthand. The program allegedly dispatched researchers to interview these children, document their accounts, and where possible, verify the details they provided through historical records or living relatives of the deceased. Were these simply the fantasies of imaginative children, or were they genuine glimpses into other lives? What if these children were the key? What if, in their innocence, they held secrets to understanding the very nature of time and consciousness? What did this alleged program uncover? According to fragmented reports, some of the most consistent findings related to the causes of death in past lives. Data purportedly suggested a correlation between certain violent or traumatic deaths in past lives and present-day phobias or anxieties. For instance, individuals who recalled drowning in a past life often exhibited intense hydrophobia in their current life, despite having no traumatic experiences with water in their present. Others who remembered dying in battle displayed heightened anxiety or a predisposition to violence. Were these simply psychological echoes of trauma, or were they something more profound? Did the manner of our past deaths somehow imprint itself on our present-day psyche? Think of these past life events as embedded code within your current operating system, influencing your actions in ways that might, at first glance, seem inexplicable. The program also focused on identifying and analyzing what they termed karmic imprints. These were defined as emotional patterns, relationship dynamics, or unresolved conflicts that seem to repeat across multiple lifetimes. Scenarios of betrayal, abandonment, or unrequited love, for example, frequently surfaced in past life regressions, suggesting that individuals were encountering the same souls across different lifetimes to resolve unfinished business. Did this mean we are all actors on a cosmic stage, playing out predetermined roles? Or is there still room for free will, for breaking free from these karmic cycles? Is life a series of lessons, each lifetime building upon the last, pushing us towards greater understanding and enlightenment? This leads us to considering whether it's even possible for us to see the code, recognize it, and rewrite it. Beyond anecdotal evidence, the program allegedly identified certain statistical anomalies that defied conventional explanations. Some participants, for instance, displayed unexplained knowledge or skills that could not be attributed to their current life experiences. Individuals with no prior musical training would suddenly demonstrate proficiency on a particular instrument during a past life regression. Others would speak in fluent languages they had never studied. How could these skills be explained away as simple coincidence? Perhaps these dormant abilities are remnants of skills acquired in past lives, lying dormant within the subconscious mind, waiting to be reawakened. What would it mean if we could all, somehow, tap into this vast reservoir of hidden potential? Imagine a world where every human being has access to the knowledge and skills they've accumulated over countless lifetimes. To better illustrate the nature of these findings, let's consider the alleged case of Subject A. This individual, a seemingly ordinary accountant in his late 30s, claimed to have been a Roman soldier during a past life regression. Under hypnosis, Subject A provided remarkably detailed descriptions of ancient Roman military tactics, weapons, and formations, information that he had no conscious knowledge of in his waking life. What made this case particularly compelling was that Subject A accurately described specific Roman military strategies that were not widely known or easily accessible to the general public. Could this be explained as mere chance, or was it evidence of something far more extraordinary? What if this individual had, at some point, lived that life, experienced those battles, and carried those memories within his soul? Then there's the case of Subject B, a woman who accurately described the layout of a 17th century French chateau during a past life regression, a chateau she had never visited in her current life. She provided specific details about the architecture, the gardens, and even the interior decor, details that were later verified by historians and architectural experts. How could she have known these details unless she had, at some point, actually been there? Is it possible that some part of her consciousness had somehow retained a vivid memory of that place from a previous existence? These are just a couple of alleged cases from the program, though there are countless other examples. It is important to acknowledge that, even if compelling, this type of anecdotal evidence comes with its own set of limitations. Skeptics often point to alternative explanations, such as cryptomnesia, where individuals unconsciously recall information they have previously encountered but forgotten. Suggestion during hypnosis could also play a role, with participants potentially incorporating leading questions or expectations into their past life narratives. It's also essential to consider the possibility of pure imagination or confabulation, where individuals create elaborate stories based on fragments of information or wishful thinking. But what if all of these explanations fall short? What if, in some cases, the evidence is simply too compelling to be dismissed? Where do we draw the line between skepticism and close-mindedness? Reportedly, the program attempted to corroborate past life memories with physical evidence, such as birthmarks or genetic predispositions. Some researchers believed that birthmarks might represent remnants of wounds or injuries from past lives, a physical manifestation of traumatic experiences. Others explored the potential for genetic predispositions to influence personality traits or behavioral patterns that aligned with past life memories. However, these attempts to find concrete, scientific evidence were largely inconclusive. But this raises a fascinating question. Could our genes carry more than just physical traits? Could they also carry echoes of past experiences, influencing our personalities, our fears, and even our destinies? The alleged findings have profound scientific ramifications, particularly for our understanding of consciousness and the mind-body connection. If past life memories are real, it would challenge the materialistic view that consciousness is solely a product of the brain, confined to a single lifetime. Instead, it would suggest that consciousness is something more fundamental, something that can exist independently of the body and potentially experience multiple lifetimes. This aligns with certain concepts from quantum physics, such as non-locality and entanglement, which suggest that particles can be connected across vast distances, seemingly defying the laws of space and time. Perhaps consciousness, like these entangled particles, is not localized to the brain, but exists as a field that can access information across time and space. What if our brains are simply receivers, tuning into different frequencies of consciousness, different lifetimes? Reincarnation also raises profound philosophical questions about free will, determinism, and the meaning of life. If our present-day choices are influenced by our past life actions and experiences, does that mean our lives are predetermined? Are we simply puppets of fate, or do we still have the power to shape our own destinies? And if we are indeed reborn, what is the purpose of it all? Are we here to learn specific lessons, to resolve karmic debts, or to evolve towards some higher state of consciousness? These questions have plagued philosophers and theologians for centuries, and the possibility of past lives only deepens the mystery. If karma is real, how does it affect our lives? And ultimately, are we even in control? What does any of it even mean? Furthermore, it is theorized that past life memories can influence our present-day relationships, career choices, and personal development. Unresolved issues from past lives might manifest as recurring patterns in our relationships, causing us to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Traumas experienced in past lives could lead to inexplicable phobias or anxieties that sabotage our happiness. Understanding these past life connections could provide valuable insights into our present-day challenges, helping us to break free from limiting beliefs and live more fulfilling lives. Perhaps the key to unlocking our full potential lies in understanding our past. Why then would such a program, with such potentially groundbreaking findings, be shrouded in secrecy? Why would its work be suppressed, hidden from the eyes of the world? The most obvious explanation is fear. Fear of challenging established religious or scientific beliefs, fear of disrupting the status quo, fear of the unknown. The implications of reincarnation are far-reaching, and some might argue that the world is not ready to confront them. Those in power may benefit from maintaining a limited understanding of reality, preventing the masses from awakening to their true potential. It's possible that a control mechanism exists, designed to keep the truth about past lives hidden from the general public, ensuring that society remains compliant and easily manipulated. Could it be possible that we don't even have free will because of our past lives? How deep does the rabbit hole go? Those involved in the program allegedly faced difficult ethical dilemmas, torn between their desire to reveal the truth and their duty to protect national security. What if past life knowledge could be weaponized, used for manipulative purposes? What if governments could exploit this knowledge to control populations or gain a strategic advantage? The potential for misuse is undeniable, and it's possible that the program's findings were deemed too dangerous to be released to the public. We may never know the whole truth, which may be the ultimate goal of those who continue to hide it. The stakes are far higher than most people imagine. The suppression of past life knowledge has far-reaching consequences for humanity's spiritual evolution. If we are denied access to our past lives, we are essentially cut off from a vast reservoir of wisdom and experience. We are forced to navigate life with a limited understanding of ourselves, our potential, and our place in the universe. Understanding our past lives is essential for overcoming limiting beliefs, healing emotional wounds, and realizing our full potential as human beings. By keeping this knowledge hidden, those in power are not just suppressing the truth, they are suppressing our very evolution. But what if the truth is already out there, waiting to be discovered? What if the keys to unlocking our past lives lie within each and every one of us? And what if, by exploring our own past lives, we can not only heal ourselves, but also contribute to the collective awakening of humanity? In the next section, we'll examine the techniques you can use today to unlock your own past lives. Be warned, the revelations may change you forever. So, let's venture further into the methods employed by this clandestine program, shall we? While hypnotic regression served as the primary tool, the techniques used were far more nuanced than simple parlor tricks. Imagine a highly specialized form of guided meditation, carefully calibrated to bypass the filters of the conscious mind and tap into the subconscious reservoir of memories and experiences. Reportedly, the program utilized specific audio frequencies, subtle shifts in tone and rhythm, designed to induce a deep trance state conducive to past life recall. Some sources claim that these frequencies resonated with specific brainwave patterns associated with memory retrieval, essentially unlocking the doors to the past. Were these frequencies the key? What if a specific sound could, in theory, unlock access to all that has ever happened? But it wasn't all about sound. Visualizations also played a crucial role. Participants were guided through elaborate mental landscapes, encouraged to visualize specific scenes, symbols, or archetypes that might trigger past life memories. The key was to create a safe and supportive environment where individuals felt comfortable exploring the depths of their subconscious minds. Think of it like entering a virtual reality simulation, where the boundaries between the real and the imagined become increasingly blurred. What if our reality is itself a simulation, and hypnotic regression is like a hack, unlocking access to other parts of the program? Dream analysis also held a place of importance, with participants meticulously documenting their nightly visions, searching for recurring patterns and narratives that might hold clues to past life identities. The program purportedly employed trained analysts, individuals skilled in the interpretation of symbols and archetypes, to help decipher the hidden meanings within these dream narratives. Certain symbols, such as recurring landscapes, specific animals, or encounters with unknown individuals, were believed to represent key aspects of past life experiences. Could our dreams be portals, offering glimpses into other dimensions of our existence? The program also allegedly studied children exhibiting spontaneous past life memories, with some of the most compelling cases arising from these investigations. Imagine the scene. Researchers carefully interviewing young children, meticulously documenting their accounts of past lives, attempting to verify their claims through historical records or geographical investigations. The children were often asked to draw pictures of their past lives or to describe specific events or locations in detail. The key was to remain objective, to avoid leading questions or suggestive comments, allowing the children to freely express their memories. What if these children are naturally more open to other dimensions? What if their brains are still developing and they haven't yet built up the walls that block adults from accessing past lives? One particularly intriguing aspect of the program's research involved the concept of soul clusters or entity attachments. During regression sessions, some individuals reported the presence of other entities, seemingly coexisting within their consciousness. These entities were often interpreted as lingering attachments from past lives, unresolved emotional issues, or karmic debts that continued to influence the individual's present-day personality and behavior. Were these simply figments of the imagination, or were they evidence of something more complex? What if our consciousness isn't as isolated as we think? What if we're constantly interacting with other entities, some of whom may have been with us for lifetimes? Let's turn our attention to some of the more compelling case studies, shall we? Consider the alleged case of a woman who, during a past life regression, claimed to have been Marie Antoinette. Now, before you dismiss this as mere fantasy, consider the details she provided. Under hypnosis, she spoke fluent French, a language she had never studied in her current life. She described specific events from Marie Antoinette's life with remarkable accuracy, including details about the French court, the Palace of Versailles, and the political climate of the time. What made this case particularly intriguing was her accurate depiction of Marie Antoinette's personal mannerisms, her handwriting, and even her favorite perfumes. Could this be chalked up to her having read some books? What if something far more unexplainable was going on? The program, ever cautious, attempted to verify these details through rigorous historical research, comparing the woman's account with historical records, letters, and diaries from the period. Remarkably, many of the details she provided were corroborated by historical sources, strengthening the credibility of her claim. But of course, counterarguments persist. Skeptics might argue that the woman had unconsciously absorbed information about Marie Antoinette from various sources throughout her life, a phenomenon known as cryptomnesia. Or perhaps she was simply a talented actress, capable of convincingly portraying a historical figure under hypnosis. Could this really be the case? Could this have all been a coincidence? To address these counterarguments, the program employed a variety of techniques, including psychological assessments, historical research, and geographical verification. The woman was subjected to rigorous psychological testing to assess her personality traits, her memory recall abilities, and her susceptibility to suggestion. The program also dispatched researchers to the Palace of Versailles to compare the woman's descriptions with the actual layout of the palace, searching for any discrepancies or inaccuracies. However, the deeper the investigation, the more questions arose. Another fascinating and carefully investigated case involved an individual who claimed to be a World War II pilot. During a past life regression, this individual vividly described flying missions over Germany, providing specific details about aircraft, bombing tactics, and the camaraderie among pilots. What made this case particularly compelling was the individual's ability to identify specific aircraft models and their corresponding technical specifications, information that was not readily available to the general public. Furthermore, the individual displayed an innate ability to fly a flight simulator, despite having no prior experience with aviation. Perhaps this was more than just a hobby in a past life. What if the very ability to fly was somehow encoded in their soul? However, as with all such cases, alternative explanations abound. Perhaps the individual was an avid aviation enthusiast, unconsciously absorbing information about World War II aircraft from books, documentaries, or online sources. Or perhaps the individual was simply a skilled pilot in their current life, with a natural aptitude for flying that could be easily transferred to a flight simulator. But how could someone know so much about a long-ago war? How could they provide specific data that only insiders would know? Was this just a stroke of luck? Or was something more incredible occurring? The program, in its attempt to rule out alternative explanations, conducted extensive interviews with the individual's family and friends, searching for any evidence of prior interest in aviation or World War II history. They also subjected the individual to a series of cognitive tests, assessing their memory recall abilities, their spatial reasoning skills, and their knowledge of aviation terminology. The results of these tests were inconclusive, but they did reveal certain anomalies that defied conventional explanations. Maybe the very idea of war is a recurring theme, echoing through the individual's lifetimes. Let us now delve into the more esoteric aspects of this alleged program, exploring its purported attempts to tap into the Akashic records. The Akashic records, for those unfamiliar with the term, are believed to be a vast repository of universal knowledge, containing every thought, word, and deed that has ever occurred throughout history. Some believe that the Akashic records can be accessed through various means, such as meditation, remote viewing, or altered states of consciousness. The program reportedly employed trained psychics and remote viewers to attempt to access the Akashic records and retrieve information about past lives. Were they successful? Did they find definitive proof? The many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics offers another intriguing perspective on the possibility of past lives. According to this interpretation, every quantum event causes the universe to split into multiple parallel realities, each representing a different possible outcome. This suggests that every choice we make creates a new branching timeline, leading to an infinite number of parallel realities where we live out different versions of our lives. What if past lives are not simply memories of past existences, but actual experiences taking place in alternate dimensions? What if we are simultaneously living multiple lives in parallel universes, each influencing the others in subtle ways? The implications of non-local consciousness are equally profound. If consciousness is not confined to the brain, but exists as a field that can access information across time and space, then death may not be the end of consciousness, but rather a transition to another state of being. The soul, as some believe, may be a non-local entity that can transfer information and energy across time and space, allowing it to reincarnate into new bodies. What if death is simply a doorway, leading to another dimension of existence? What if we are all immortal beings, destined to experience countless lifetimes? Adding another layer of intrigue, there's the potential for past life memories to influence present-day epigenetic markers. Epigenetics, as you may know, is the study of how environmental factors can alter gene expression, influencing our physical and psychological traits. Recent research suggests that traumatic experiences can leave lasting epigenetic marks that can be passed down to future generations. What if experiences from past lives can also influence our epigenetic markers, shaping our personalities, our predispositions, and even our susceptibility to certain diseases? What if the traumas from past lives actually alter your DNA? What if you really can change what will happen by understanding what has happened? It is at this point that we come to the secrecy that surrounds this alleged program. Was the program truly about research, or was there another purpose? What if the program was actually designed to suppress past life knowledge, to prevent the masses from awakening to their true potential? According to some sources, the program was connected to various intelligence agencies who feared that past life knowledge could be used to identify and exploit individuals with valuable skills or abilities. Imagine being able to identify individuals who were skilled spies or assassins in past lives, and then recruiting them for covert operations in the present day. What if someone could understand the past lives of all political leaders to predict their future actions? The idea of a global conspiracy to control information and maintain the status quo also surfaces. Those in power may benefit from keeping the masses ignorant of their true nature and potential, preventing them from questioning authority or challenging the existing social order. The suppression of past life knowledge may be just one piece of a larger puzzle, a concerted effort to limit human potential and maintain control. What if the very idea of past lives threatens the foundations of power? What if the ability to understand our past lives empowers us to break free from the chains of control? Individuals who attempt to reveal the truth about past lives often face significant risks, including harassment, intimidation, and even assassination. Whistleblowers or researchers who have attempted to expose the program's findings have been discredited, silenced, or disappeared under mysterious circumstances. The message is clear. Questioning the established narrative comes at a price. Is it worth the risk? Is the pursuit of truth worth risking your life? The consequences of suppressing past life knowledge for humanity's spiritual evolution are profound. By denying access to our past lives, we are prevented from understanding our true nature, overcoming limiting beliefs, and realizing our full potential as a species. We are trapped in a cycle of ignorance and suffering, repeating the same mistakes over and over again. To free ourselves, to change as a species, can we afford to ignore the secrets of our past? What if those secrets are the key to unlocking our future? The program did continue, even after discovery, but as it evolved, its purposes shifted, the questions it sought to answer became more complex and profound. We will cover this in the next section, which will hopefully help provide some clarity. But even as the program delved into the mysteries of consciousness and reincarnation, a darker side began to emerge. What if the very knowledge of past lives could be weaponized, used not for enlightenment, but for manipulation and control? This is where the alleged Project Chimera comes into play, a subprogram reportedly focused on exploiting past life knowledge for nefarious purposes. Imagine regression therapy being used not to heal past traumas, but to implant false memories, to create Manchurian candidate-style assassins with fabricated past life identities. Or picture exploiting past life traumas for political gain, unearthing deep-seated fears and anxieties to manipulate public opinion. What if our very understanding of ourselves could be turned against us? What if the program's focus shifted from uncovering the truth to controlling it? According to some sources, Project Chimera attempted to identify individuals with specific past life skills or knowledge that could be exploited for military or intelligence purposes. Imagine recruiting individuals who were allegedly skilled assassins in past lives to become covert operatives, their past life training reactivated through hypnotic conditioning. Or picture utilizing individuals who possessed advanced scientific knowledge in past lives to accelerate technological development in the present day. Were these individuals truly being recycled for nefarious purposes? Was there an attempt to turn human consciousness into a weapon? The alleged case studies emerging from Project Chimera are particularly disturbing. Take Subject C, for instance, who experienced severe emotional distress and mental instability after undergoing regression therapy as part of the program. Reportedly, Subject C was subjected to intense and repeated regression sessions, during which they were forced to relive traumatic past life experiences in graphic detail. The program allegedly used these experiences to break down Subject C's psychological defenses, making them more susceptible to suggestion and manipulation. What if the program wasn't just exploring past lives, but actively rewriting them? What if subject C's trauma was caused by the program itself? The ethical implications of manipulating past life memories are staggering. Imagine the potential for such practices to be used for mind control or social engineering, creating a population that is easily manipulated and controlled. What if past life knowledge could be used to create a society of obedient drones, devoid of critical thinking and independent thought? This raises fundamental questions about the nature of free will and the right to self-determination. Is it ever justifiable to interfere with an individual's past life memories, even if it's for the greater good? What happens to our humanity when past lives are up for sale? The suppression of past life knowledge, then, may not simply be about protecting established beliefs, but about preventing the misuse of this knowledge for nefarious purposes. What if the very act of remembering past lives could be dangerous, unleashing forces that we are not prepared to handle? Perhaps there's a reason why some memories remain buried, a protective mechanism designed to shield us from the darkness of our past. What if some of the help provided in regression therapy is actually the seed of a future exploit, lying dormant in the subject's mind? And what of those individuals who struggle to access their past life memories? What about the forgotten lives, the unexplained anomaly of blocked or fragmented recollections? Imagine subject D, who only experiences vague feelings or sensations related to a past life, but cannot recall any specific details. They might feel an inexplicable pull towards a certain place, or a deep-seated fear of something they cannot explain. Perhaps they have recurring dreams that offer fleeting glimpses of another time, another place, another life. But these memories remain elusive, just beyond their grasp. What if this is more common than we think? Is forgetting a curse, or could it be a blessing in disguise? The program reportedly dedicated considerable resources to understanding why some individuals are able to access past life memories, while others are not. Were there neurological or psychological factors at play? Did certain personality traits predispose individuals to past life recall? What if the ability to access past lives was not a universal human potential, but a rare and unique gift? Was there something missing in those who struggled to remember? Was there something they weren't ready to face? The concept of soul contracts or karmic agreements offers another potential explanation for blocked memories. What if some individuals have chosen to forget their past lives for a specific purpose, to fully experience the challenges of a new life without the baggage of the past? Perhaps they've made a conscious decision to learn certain lessons, to overcome specific obstacles, without the interference of past life memories. What if amnesia is a pre-birth choice, a sacrifice made for the sake of growth and evolution? How would that change our view of remembering? What if, sometimes, forgetting is the kindest path? The idea of soul fragmentation adds another layer of complexity. Perhaps traumatic experiences in past lives can shatter the soul into multiple pieces, making it difficult to access complete and coherent memories. Imagine individuals feeling incomplete or disconnected, struggling to access their full potential because they're missing pieces of themselves. These fragments might manifest as emotional imbalances, psychological disorders, or physical ailments. Is it possible to piece these fragments back together? Can we heal the wounds of past lives and restore wholeness to the soul? What if the quest to remember is actually the quest to become whole? Perhaps memory, as we understand it, is not a linear process. Perhaps the accessibility of the Akashic records depends on individual soul preparedness, a complex interplay of karmic factors, spiritual maturity, and divine timing. Maybe the past isn't just out there, waiting to be discovered. Maybe we have to earn the right to remember, to demonstrate that we are ready to handle the truth of our past lives. Can we really handle all that we have been? Are we strong enough to face our past selves? As the program wrestled with these questions, its theoretical investigations began to focus on the nature of time itself. What if time is not linear but cyclical, and that past, present, and future are all interconnected, existing simultaneously in a grand cosmic dance? What if our perception of time as a linear progression is merely an illusion, a construct of our limited human consciousness? If so, then past lives are not simply historical occurrences, but ongoing influences on our present and future, shaping our thoughts, our emotions, and our very perception of reality. What if the past is still happening? What if we could change it? The concept of eternal recurrence takes this idea even further. Imagine living the same life over and over again, repeating the same patterns, making the same mistakes, eternally trapped in a cycle of repetition. This raises profound philosophical questions about the meaning of life, the nature of free will, and the possibility of escaping the cycle. If we are destined to repeat our lives infinitely, does anything we do really matter? Can we ever truly break free from our karmic patterns? What if heaven is just another version of this life? Perhaps consciousness can transcend the limitations of time and space, allowing us to access past life memories through non-local means. What if our consciousness is connected to a larger field of consciousness that exists outside of time and space, a vast ocean of awareness in which all things are interconnected? This would suggest that we are not isolated individuals, but rather expressions of a single, universal consciousness, all sharing in the same collective memory. Could the program ever hope to understand something so vast? Can the human brain ever truly grasp the infinite? Challenging conventional scientific models of reality, the program also explored alternative theories about the nature of consciousness. The simulation hypothesis, for example, suggests that our reality is a computer-generated simulation, created by an advanced civilization or a future version of ourselves. If this is true, then past lives could be pre-programmed scenarios designed to teach us specific lessons or to provide us with certain experiences. What if our lives are just lines of code, constantly being rewritten and reconfigured? What if we could hack the simulation and rewrite our own past? But even as the program delved deeper into these theoretical realms, the walls of secrecy began to crack. Alleged leaks from within the program started to surface, revealing classified documents and testimonies that supported the existence of past lives. Imagine a leaked memo detailing the program's findings on the correlation between birthmarks and past life injuries, or a transcript of a regression session in which an individual accurately described a historical event that they could not have known about in their current life. What if the truth was finally about to be revealed? What if the program's secrets could no longer be contained? The stories of individuals who claim to have been involved in the program and risked everything to expose the truth are particularly compelling. Take Dr. E., a former researcher who went public with her concerns about the program's ethical practices. She spoke of the manipulation, the exploitation, and the potential for past life knowledge to be used for nefarious purposes. She faced harassment, intimidation, and professional discrediting, but she refused to be silenced. Was her sacrifice worth it? Can one person really make a difference? What if she's still out there, fighting for the truth? Whistleblowers often face immense challenges, navigating a landscape of disinformation, denial, and outright hostility. They risk their careers, their reputations, and even their lives to expose the truth. Their stories serve as a reminder of the importance of courage, integrity, and the pursuit of knowledge, even in the face of adversity. Is it a coincidence that the phrase, "the truth will set you free," appears in so many cultures? What if the truth is more powerful than we can imagine? Perhaps the program is still active in some form, operating underground and continuing to manipulate past life knowledge for its own purposes. Maybe it has evolved and adapted to avoid detection, using advanced technologies and sophisticated psychological techniques. What if the program is no longer just about exploring past lives, but about controlling them, rewriting them, and weaponizing them for political and social control? Has the program gone underground? What if it's more powerful than ever? transitioning from a historical account of a secret program to the possibility that it continues to operate in the present day, directly impacting the viewer's reality and setting the stage for exploring whether the program is still active in some form. Leads us to ponder: are we, even now, unknowingly participants in this hidden game? And if so, what can we do to reclaim our own narratives? Are we, even now, unknowingly participants in this hidden game? And if so, what can we do to reclaim our own narratives? What if this program, once confined to the shadows of government, has morphed into something far more insidious, a decentralized network operating beyond the reach of traditional oversight? Imagine a world where advanced technologies are used to subtly manipulate our thoughts and emotions, exploiting our past life connections for corporate or political gain. Has the manipulation evolved into a far more sinister game? Have the players changed? Consider the possibility that cognitive warfare tactics are being employed through social media, using subliminal messaging to trigger deeply rooted past life traumas. Are those targeted ads you see really just about selling you a product, or are they carefully crafted to awaken dormant fears and anxieties from a past life? What if the algorithms that curate your online experience are designed to keep you trapped in cycles of negativity and despair, perpetuating patterns of behavior that have haunted you for lifetimes? What if the goal is to keep us divided, distracted, and disempowered? Who benefits if we stay asleep? Is social media an attack vector for those wishing to exploit past lives? But the manipulation doesn't stop there. What if past life regression techniques are being used to identify and exploit individuals with specific skills or vulnerabilities? Imagine corporations using past life knowledge to manipulate consumer behavior, preying on our deepest desires and insecurities. Perhaps a certain brand of car triggers a sense of nostalgia, a yearning for a past life of wealth and status, compelling you to make a purchase you can't afford. Or picture political campaigns using past life insights to influence election outcomes, tapping into ancestral fears and prejudices to sway voters. Are your decisions truly your own, or are they being subtly influenced by forces you can't even comprehend? Is free will an illusion? And what about the concept of generational trauma? The idea that the wounds of our ancestors can be passed down through our DNA, shaping our present-day experiences. What if the program is actively exploiting these ancestral patterns, perpetuating cycles of poverty, violence, and oppression? Imagine communities that have been historically marginalized and disenfranchised, their past life traumas used to maintain social control. What if the system itself is designed to keep them trapped in a state of perpetual suffering, unable to break free from the chains of their past? Does history repeat itself because we allow it to? Can understanding past lives help us break the cycle? Perhaps the program has evolved into a sophisticated control mechanism, actively shaping collective consciousness to maintain the status quo and prevent humanity from awakening to its full potential. What if the stories we tell ourselves about the world, the narratives that shape our beliefs and values, are being carefully curated to keep us in a state of ignorance and complacency? Imagine a world where the truth is hidden in plain sight, but we are too blind to see it, too conditioned to question the official narrative. Are we living in a dream? And if so, can we wake up? But even in the face of such manipulation, hope remains. What if a reawakening movement is gaining momentum, a growing network of individuals who are actively working to expose the truth about past lives and reclaim their power? Imagine online communities dedicated to sharing past life experiences, supporting one another in their journey of self-discovery. Are these the seeds of a new consciousness? Can we find strength in numbers? Consider the story of Subject F, who underwent a spontaneous past life recall and used this knowledge to overcome a lifelong addiction. Subject F had struggled with substance abuse for years, unable to break free from the cycle of dependence. But after experiencing a vivid flashback to a past life in which they had died from an overdose, They gained a newfound understanding of the destructive patterns that were driving their addiction. This realization empowered them to seek help and begin the long and arduous journey towards recovery. Is it possible to rewrite our past by changing our present? Can we use past life knowledge to heal ourselves? The reawakening movement utilizes a variety of techniques and practices to heal past life traumas, release limiting beliefs, and connect with their true selves. Group regression therapy provides a safe and supportive environment for individuals to explore their past lives together, sharing their experiences and offering one another encouragement. Meditation allows individuals to quiet the mind and connect with their inner wisdom, accessing insights and guidance from their higher selves. Energy healing practices, such as Reiki and acupuncture, help to clear blockages in the energy field, facilitating the release of emotional and physical trauma stored in the body. Can these techniques empower us to break free? Can we create a better future? Ultimately, the reawakening movement challenges the narrative of helplessness, showcasing the power of individual agency and collective action to create positive change. Imagine individuals using their past life knowledge to make more conscious choices, living more authentic lives. By understanding the patterns and themes that have shaped their past, they can make different choices in the present, breaking free from karmic cycles and creating a more fulfilling future. Is it possible to change the world, one past life at a time? Can we build a better tomorrow? Now, consider whether you might be experiencing subtle signs of past life connections in your own life. Do you have recurring dreams that transport you to another time and place? Do you experience unexplained attractions or aversions to certain people, places, or things? Do you have a sense of déjà vu, a feeling that you've been here before? These could be subtle clues, whispers from your past, urging you to explore the depths of your own consciousness. What is your intuition trying to tell you? Are you listening? There are many practical tips and techniques you can use to explore your own past lives. Journaling can help you to record your dreams, synchronicities, and intuitive insights, creating a record of your journey of self-discovery. Meditation can help you to quiet the mind and connect with your inner wisdom, accessing memories and insights from your past lives. Self-hypnosis can help you to relax and access your subconscious mind, allowing you to explore your past lives in a safe and controlled environment. Are you ready to embark on this journey? What will you discover? Try this simple visualization exercise. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and imagine yourself walking down a path. As you walk, notice the sights, sounds, and smells around you. Eventually, you come to a door. This door represents a past life. As you open the door, what do you see? Who are you? What are you doing? What lessons are you learning? Allow yourself to fully experience this past life and then gently return to the present moment. What did you learn? How can you apply these lessons to your life today? What will you change? The concept of soul family suggests that we incarnate with the same group of souls across multiple lifetimes, learning and growing together. These are the people who feel like home to us, the ones with whom we share a deep and inexplicable connection. Perhaps you'll recognize members of your soul family in your present-day relationships, the friends, family members, and romantic partners who feel like they've been with you forever. Can you see the threads that connect you to these souls? What lessons are you learning together? Is there unfinished business from a previous life? Exploring past lives has the potential to facilitate healing, self-discovery, and a deeper understanding of your purpose. By understanding the traumas and challenges you have faced in past lives, you can overcome limiting beliefs and live a more fulfilling life. By recognizing the patterns and themes that have shaped your past, you can make more conscious choices in the present, creating a brighter future for yourself and for generations to come. Are you ready to unlock your full potential? What is your purpose? However, it is important to approach this exploration with caution and respect. What are the ethical considerations of delving into the unknown? What if we uncover something we're not prepared to face? Seeking guidance from a qualified therapist or counselor is essential. especially when dealing with sensitive past life experiences. A trained professional can provide a safe and supportive space for you to process your emotions and integrate your experiences, ensuring that you are not overwhelmed or re-traumatized by what you discover. Are you ready to seek guidance? Who can you trust? The concept of karmic responsibility suggests that we are responsible for the actions we take in all of our lifetimes. This means that we must take ownership of our past mistakes and strive to make amends in the present. Understanding our past life mistakes can help us to make more ethical choices in the present, avoiding the pitfalls of our past and creating a more just and compassionate world. Can we learn from our mistakes? Can we break free from the cycle of karma? Rather than seeking revenge or retribution, we must emphasize the importance of forgiveness and compassion. Healing karmic wounds requires us to forgive ourselves and others for the mistakes we have made in past lives. This means letting go of anger, resentment, and judgment, and embracing a spirit of understanding and empathy. Can we forgive ourselves? Can we forgive others? Ultimately, past life exploration has the potential to promote greater empathy, understanding, and compassion for all beings. By recognizing our shared humanity across multiple lifetimes, we can overcome prejudice and discrimination, embracing our differences and celebrating our commonalities. We can learn to see ourselves in others, recognizing that we are all interconnected, all part of the same universal consciousness. Can we create a more compassionate world? What if we already have? Imagine a world where widespread acceptance of past lives revolutionizes our understanding of consciousness, reality, and the meaning of life. Education could be transformed, with children learning about their past life talents and interests, allowing them to pursue their passions with greater focus and purpose. Healthcare could be revolutionized, with doctors using past life regression to diagnose and treat the root causes of physical and emotional ailments. Social justice could be transformed, with communities healing ancestral wounds and creating a more equitable and just society. What kind of world could we create? What are the possibilities? Perhaps we are on the cusp of a consciousness shift, a global awakening to the truth about our interconnectedness and our potential for spiritual growth. New social and political movements are emerging, focused on creating a more just and sustainable world, driven by a deep understanding of our shared humanity and our responsibility to one another. Are we witnessing the dawn of a new era? Can we create a better future? The ongoing debate about past lives is not just an intellectual exercise, but a key factor in shaping the future of humanity. By embracing our own spiritual potential and working to create a more enlightened world, we can become active participants in the reawakening movement, helping to usher in a new era of peace, prosperity, and understanding. So, what role will you play in this unfolding drama? Will you remain a passive observer, or will you step into your power and become a co-creator of a more enlightened world? Are you ready to rewrite your story? Are you ready to become who you were always meant to be? We will explore this more deeply in the upcoming sections. But what if, even as we explore these realms, we are being subtly steered away from true liberation? What if the path to enlightenment has been deliberately obscured by a false awakening? A mirage designed to keep us tethered to the very systems we seek to transcend. Are we truly waking up, or are we simply moving from one dream state to another, carefully orchestrated by unseen forces? What if some of those awakened individuals are unknowingly puppets of the shadow program? Is it possible that the pursuit of spiritual growth could be subtly twisted into a tool of control? Consider the allure of certain New Age philosophies, promising instant enlightenment through affirmations or visualizations. What if these practices, while seemingly empowering, are actually designed to keep us focused on ourselves, distracting us from the larger systemic issues that perpetuate our suffering? Imagine a guru promoting a message of unconditional love and forgiveness, but subtly discouraging critical thinking or challenging authority. Is this genuine enlightenment, or a carefully crafted form of spiritual bypass? Is positive thinking enough, Or are we avoiding necessary confrontation? Perhaps the shadow program subtly influences our choices, steering us toward predetermined paths disguised as personal preferences. What if our consumer desires are not our own, but carefully cultivated cravings designed to keep us trapped in a cycle of endless consumption? Imagine a political movement promising radical change, but subtly promoting divisive ideologies that keep us at each other's throats. Are we truly free to choose, or are our decisions being subtly manipulated by forces beyond our comprehension? Is political division a distraction from something larger? Take, for instance, Subject G, who became deeply involved in a group promising enlightenment and ascended mastery, only to find themselves psychologically damaged, financially drained, and completely isolated from their former life. Subject G was initially drawn to the group's message of empowerment, but gradually they were subjected to increasingly manipulative tactics, including sleep deprivation, emotional blackmail, and the constant repetition of disempowering mantras disguised as positive affirmations. What started as a quest for self-discovery quickly devolved into a nightmare of control and manipulation. Subject G's story serves as a stark reminder that even the most well-intentioned spiritual pursuits can be twisted into tools of coercion. Can enlightenment be bought? Is it a trap? But the suppression, if there is one, may be more subtle than outright censorship. What if the control mechanism is not just about suppressing information, but about actively shaping and manipulating our beliefs, flooding the market of ideas with so much noise that it becomes impossible to discern the truth? What if the program has realized that outright suppression is too obvious, and that a far more effective method is to simply drown out dissenting voices with a cacophony of misinformation and disinformation? What if our beliefs are not our own? Are we being lied to on a mass scale? Now, let's consider the technological dimension of this alleged manipulation. What if advanced technologies are being used to subtly manipulate our consciousness and control our perception of reality? Is this science fiction, or is it already happening? Has technology made things better, or have we unwittingly given up control? Imagine the concept of psychotronic warfare, the alleged use of electromagnetic frequencies and subliminal messaging to influence our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors on a mass scale. What if the constant barrage of news alerts and social media notifications is not just a distraction, but a carefully orchestrated attempt to induce fear, anxiety, and aggression? Could directed energy weapons be weaponizing emotions? Are we being bombarded with waves of anxiety? Consider the possibility that the program uses these technologies to create artificial timelines, manipulating our perception of the past and influencing our expectations for the future. What if false memories are being implanted through sophisticated holographic projections, blurring the lines between reality and illusion? What if the past is not fixed, but constantly being rewritten to serve the agendas of those in power? How can we know what is real? Is time itself a construct? Elevate the stakes. What if reality itself is becoming a battleground for control, a virtual playground where our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are constantly being manipulated and exploited? What if the future of humanity hinges on our ability to recognize these tactics and reclaim our own minds? Are we losing control of reality? Can we win it back? Expand the modern manipulation theme to include sophisticated technology. What if the lines between reality and illusion are becoming increasingly blurred, making it harder than ever to discern the truth from the lies? Are we living in a simulation? Is there a way out? Now let's explore predictive programming, the alleged use of media, entertainment, and other forms of cultural expression to subtly influence future events, and in some cases, foreshadow real-world events. Consider a movie depicting a global pandemic released months before the actual outbreak, or a television show portraying a political assassination that mirrors real-world events years later. Coincidence, or something more sinister? Are our favorite stories programming us? Do they have a hidden agenda? What if the program is using predictive programming to create a self-fulfilling prophecy, normalizing certain behaviors and beliefs to make them more likely to occur in the future? Is it possible that by constantly bombarding us with images of violence, consumerism, and social division, the media is actively shaping our reality? Does the media create reality? Are we being programmed? But what if these synchronicities and meaningful coincidences are not evidence of a predetermined plan, but rather glimpses into the interconnectedness of all things? Is there a hidden order to the universe? Can we tap into its power? What if we have the power to change the script, to write our own future, regardless of the plans of those who seek to control us? Can we rewrite the future? Is it up to us? Shift the perspective to the potential our future is not predetermined. What if the future is not a fixed point on a timeline, but a vast landscape of possibilities, shaped by our individual choices and collective actions? What if we can create a better tomorrow? Can we choose our own destiny? Challenge the viewer to become aware of predictive programming techniques in their own lives. What if you started paying attention to the messages you are receiving from the media, questioning the narratives that are being presented to you, and actively seeking out alternative perspectives? What would you see? What would you learn? Now, let's explore the concept of soul fragmentation and how it relates to past life traumas. Imagine that every time we experience a significant trauma, a piece of our soul becomes fragmented, lost in the ether of time and space. Could this explain the feeling of disconnect that so many people experience? Are we incomplete? Can we become whole again? What if soul retrieval, a healing practice designed to reintegrate fragmented soul parts and restore wholeness, is possible? Is it just pseudoscience, or can we recover these lost parts? What if, through guided meditations or shamanic journeying techniques, we can reconnect with these lost aspects of ourselves, bringing them back into our awareness and integrating them into our present-day lives? Can we heal ourselves? Is the power within us? Consider the story of Subject H, who overcame a lifelong fear of intimacy after retrieving a soul fragment from a past life where she experienced betrayal. Subject H had always struggled to form close relationships, sabotaging any potential romantic connections before they could become too serious. After undergoing soul retrieval therapy, she realized that this fear stemmed from a past life in which she had been betrayed by a loved one, leaving her with a deep-seated fear of vulnerability. By integrating this lost soul fragment, Subject H was finally able to overcome her fear of intimacy and form healthy, loving relationships. What have we forgot? Can memories heal? Expand on the forgotten lives theme. Is it possible that the key to unlocking our full potential lies in understanding and integrating the experiences of our past lives? What if blocked memories can be overcome through targeted healing practices, allowing us to access hidden talents and abilities that have been dormant for centuries? What are we capable of? Introduce the potential for unlocking hidden abilities and talents by integrating fragmented soul parts. What if we all possess latent skills and knowledge from past lives that are waiting to be awakened? What if by integrating these fragmented soul parts, we can unlock our full potential and live more fulfilling lives? Are we capable of more? What if we can be greater than we imagine? Now, I challenge you to question your own beliefs about reality, time, and consciousness. Is it all just a construct of the mind? Are our perceptions shaped by external forces or by our own inner knowing? What if everything you think you know is wrong? Try this practical exercise. Take some time to develop your own intuition and discernment. Practice meditation, mindfulness, and dream analysis, paying attention to the subtle whispers of your inner voice. What is it trying to tell you? Are you listening? Challenge viewers to examine their relationships, career choices, and life purpose in light of the information presented. Are you living a life that is truly authentic, or one that is dictated by external expectations? Are you following your heart, or are you simply conforming to the demands of society? What is your true purpose? What makes you happy? Shift the perspective from passive observer to an active participant in shaping our own reality. What if we all have the power to create the lives we want, regardless of the circumstances we find ourselves in? Can we create the life we want? Can we make it real? I challenge you to investigate the potential for past lives to influence your present-day life, prompting deeper reflection. What if the answers to your most pressing questions lie hidden in the depths of your own consciousness, waiting to be discovered? Are you willing to explore the unknown? What will you find? Now, let's tease the possibility of unlocking hidden abilities and talents through past life exploration and soul integration. What if you have latent skills or knowledge from past lives that are waiting to be awakened? Perhaps a mastery of music, art, healing, or leadership. What are you waiting for? What if you can connect with spiritual gifts, innate abilities that are developed over multiple lifetimes and are meant to be used for the benefit of others? What if you can harness the power of clairvoyance, clairaudience, or clairsentience, using your heightened senses to guide others on their own journeys of self-discovery? What if you could shape destiny? Suggest these powers may be within reach for the viewers themselves. What if you are capable of far more than you ever imagined? What if you can reach a higher potential? What if you are the one you have been waiting for? Expand on the reawakening movement theme, setting the stage for a call to action. What if we are all being called to step into our power and contribute to a global shift in consciousness, helping to create a more enlightened and compassionate world? What is your role? Will you step up? I will establish a bridge to the final sections by hinting at the potential for viewers to unlock their own hidden abilities and contribute to a global shift in consciousness. How can we create lasting change? How will you step into your power? What are we waiting for? But what if this suppression, this manipulation, extends far beyond the control of information and bleeds into the very fabric of our past? What if the secret program stumbled upon something far more profound, far more unsettling than they ever anticipated? What if they discovered a way to rewrite history, not just in textbooks, but within our very souls? Imagine the program's most significant discovery, a consistent correlation between specific historical events and recurring emotional patterns in present-day individuals. Think about the Black Death, the devastation it wrought, the sheer terror it instilled. Now imagine individuals today, generations removed from that horrific event, experiencing inexplicable anxieties about contagion, an irrational fear that mirrors the collective trauma of a bygone era. What if these aren't random anxieties, but echoes of past lives imprinted on our souls? What if the fall of the Roman Empire, the societal collapse, the sense of impending doom, is reflected in individuals today who harbor a deep-seated unease about the future, a feeling that civilization itself is on the brink of collapse? Could it be that these recurring emotional patterns aren't mere coincidences, but rather tangible evidence of interconnected lifetimes, a shared human experience that transcends the boundaries of time? The program allegedly uncovered countless instances of individuals with inexplicable anxieties about social unrest, consistently recalling past lives during periods of significant societal upheaval. These individuals, seemingly out of nowhere, expressed vivid memories of fleeing burning cities, witnessing mass violence, and experiencing the breakdown of social order. Is this collective unconsciousness at play, or something far more literal? Are we carrying the scars of past civilizations within us? And what if this program didn't stop there? What if they delved deeper, attempting to decipher a past life code, believing they had identified recurring symbolic patterns and numerical sequences within past life memories? Imagine specific repeating numbers, perhaps the number 23 showing up in the context of a sacrifice, or geometric shapes, like a recurring spiral, appearing across completely unrelated regression sessions. What if these aren't random occurrences, but fragments of a universal language of the soul, a hidden code that unlocks the secrets of reincarnation? The program purportedly believed that by cracking this code, they could not only understand the past, but also predict the future. What if they were attempting to blur the lines between past, present, and future, believing that time itself is not linear but cyclical, a repeating pattern that can be deciphered and manipulated. Allegedly, the program used this past life code to predict a specific future pandemic based on recurring patterns from past plague outbreaks. They analyzed countless past life regressions, identifying common themes, fears, and behaviors associated with past pandemics. Based on this data, they supposedly predicted the emergence of a new, highly contagious virus, along with its potential impact on society. Did they succeed in their prediction? If so, what did they do with the knowledge? And what does this say about free will? But here's where things get truly unsettling. What if the program began to hypothesize that future timelines can influence past events, even altering past life memories? What if our perception of the past is not fixed, but malleable, constantly being shaped by the choices we make in the present and the events that unfold in the future? The program's analysis suggested that individuals who are destined to play a significant role in the future may have altered or corrected past life memories to prepare them for their future roles. Imagine a future leader subconsciously rewriting their past to be a better leader. Does this create a more effective leader? Is it ethical? Driven by this hypothesis, the program allegedly began conducting experiments involving temporal feedback loops, attempting to send information from the future to the past to influence present-day events. Picture this. The program allegedly used advanced technology, perhaps some form of quantum entanglement device, to transmit information about future disasters to individuals in the past, hoping to avert those disasters. They might have targeted individuals who were alive during critical historical periods, attempting to warn them about impending threats, hoping to alter the course of history. Could you live with that burden? Would you even believe it? Take, for instance, the case of Subject X, an individual who allegedly received messages from their future self during a past life regression. This individual claims they were warned about a future financial crisis and were able to protect their assets as a result. During a seemingly ordinary past life regression session, Subject X began receiving vivid images and messages from what they believed to be their future self. This future self warned them about an impending financial crisis, providing specific details about the timing and nature of the event. Acting on this information, Subject X made strategic investments and financial decisions that ultimately protected their wealth and well-being. Was Subject X fortunate or manipulated? What is the true source of their success? Of course, we must also consider the counter-arguments, the potential alternative explanations for the program's findings. Could it be that the program was simply falling victim to confirmation bias, selectively interpreting data to fit their preconceived notions? Is it possible that the subjects involved in the experiments were being psychologically manipulated, consciously or unconsciously, to produce the desired results? Or perhaps the program was simply employing advanced forms of data analysis, identifying existing historical trends and projecting them into the future, rather than actually predicting the future? Could it be that the patterns they saw were just echoes of the past, not glimpses into the future? How can we be certain? And what about the ethical implications of all this? What if the program's attempts to manipulate the timeline, to alter past events, had unintended consequences, creating unforeseen disruptions and paradoxes? The program allegedly caused unforeseen disruptions to the timeline by attempting to alter past events, leading to unintended negative consequences. These consequences ranged from minor inconveniences to major catastrophes, suggesting that even small changes to the past can have far-reaching effects on the present and future. Does the end justify the means? Who gets to decide? The control mechanism evolves. Now, it's not just about suppressing information, but about actively manipulating time itself. Imagine the program's alleged attempts to create a controlled timeline, where specific events are predetermined to ensure a desired outcome. This controlled timeline would supposedly be designed to optimize certain conditions, such as global stability, technological advancement, or even the survival of the human race. However, the creation of such a timeline would require the manipulation of past events, the suppression of free will, and the potential sacrifice of individual liberties. Is a perfect future worth sacrificing our freedom? What happens if the perfect future is actually a dystopia? But let's bring this back to you, to your own potential for self-discovery. What if you could connect with your own past lives, not through a shadowy government program, but through your own intuition and inner guidance? Pay attention to recurring dreams or strong emotional reactions you have to certain historical periods. What eras captivate you? What cultures resonate with you on a deeper level? These could be clues to your past lives, fragments of memories waiting to be pieced together. Are you willing to listen? Are you brave enough to explore the unknown? However, a cautionary note: exploring past lives without proper guidance can be a risky endeavor. It's important to approach this journey with caution and to seek guidance from a qualified therapist or spiritual advisor if you experience any emotional distress. Reliving traumatic events from the past can be overwhelming, triggering repressed emotions and psychological wounds. It's essential to have a safe and supportive environment to process these experiences and integrate them into your present-day life. Are you prepared for what you might find? Are you willing to face your shadows? Consider the connection between the soul fragmentation theme and the program's findings. What if past life manipulation can further fragment the soul, making it harder to access authentic memories and abilities? The program allegedly used technology to create artificial soul fragments, implanting them into individuals to control their thoughts and emotions. These artificial fragments were designed to suppress certain memories, amplify specific emotions, and ultimately manipulate the individual's behavior. Is our soul our own? Can it be hacked? But what if, instead of manipulation, we could use the past life code for personal healing and empowerment? What if understanding these patterns can unlock hidden potentials and provide insights into one's life purpose? Understanding the past life code can help you to identify your karmic patterns and break free from limiting beliefs, allowing you to live a more fulfilling life. Imagine identifying a recurring pattern of self-sabotage in your past lives, allowing you to recognize and overcome this pattern in your present-day life. What could you achieve? What could you become? From questioning the finality of death to uncovering a clandestine program's exploration of past lives, we've journeyed through the uncharted territories of consciousness and the very nature of reality. We've explored the idea that our consciousness may not be limited to a single lifetime, that the veil between worlds might be thinner than we ever imagined. We have seen how the power of past life knowledge may hold the key to unlocking healing and profound self-discovery. But as we stand at the edge of this vast ocean of possibilities, let us remember the importance of navigating these waters with a discerning mind and a healthy dose of skepticism. While we cannot definitively prove the existence of past lives, the evidence we've explored raises profound questions about our understanding of time, identity, and the interconnectedness of all things. Imagine viewing your current challenges not as isolated events, but as echoes from past lives, opportunities to resolve karmic patterns and embrace your soul's evolution. If past lives are real, what does that mean for our understanding of consciousness, free will, and the very meaning of life? The recurring patterns we see in our lives, the people we are drawn to, the challenges we face, might not be random occurrences, but echoes of unresolved issues or unfulfilled potentials from past lives. These are opportunities to break free from limiting beliefs and step into our true potential. Imagine a world where we all understood and embraced the reality of past lives. How would that change our approach to education, healthcare, and social justice? How might we treat each other differently if we recognized our shared humanity across multiple lifetimes? By acknowledging our shared journey through time, we can foster greater empathy, compassion, and understanding for all beings. We can begin to break down the barriers that divide us and create a more peaceful and harmonious world where everyone has the chance to thrive. But we must also acknowledge the limitations of our current knowledge and the need for continued research, exploration, and ethical considerations. While Subject X's experience is compelling, it's important to remember that other explanations are possible. The human mind is capable of creating elaborate narratives and convincing illusions. The secret program may have been motivated by noble intentions, but its methods raise serious ethical questions about manipulation and control. Despite the attempts to control and manipulate us, we have the power to reclaim our own narratives and shape our own destinies. Start by paying attention to your dreams, your intuitions, and the recurring patterns in your life, as these may be clues to your past lives and your soul's purpose. Explore different techniques, such as meditation, past life regression, and dream analysis, but always proceed with caution and seek guidance from trusted sources. What if we could develop a technology to objectively verify past life memories, to bridge the gap between science and spirituality? The possibilities are endless, but we must also consider the ethical implications and ensure that these technologies are used responsibly. As we develop new technologies for exploring past lives, it's crucial to consider the ethical implications and ensure that these tools are used responsibly, promoting healing and empowerment rather than manipulation and control. Share your own stories in the comments below, connect with others in online communities, and become part of the growing movement of people who are exploring their past lives and creating a more conscious world. The journey of self-discovery is a lifelong adventure. Keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep trusting your intuition. The truth is out there, waiting to be discovered. The power to unlock the mysteries of your past lies within you. So, embrace the unknown, explore the depths of your consciousness, and remember that you are not just a product of this lifetime, but a soul with a story that spans across eternity. What if the key to unlocking our full potential as individuals and as a species lies in understanding our past lives?